Better not try that again. Anybody there? Maybe I'm just jumpy. What was that? Hey, found you. Aha! Aha! Whatever, I got better things to do. Nothing here after all. Just getting jumpy, I guess. Holy shit! Look out! Let me go take a look around. Damn it! Where'd you go? I bet I know where you went. Well, let's see into that. Teach you to mess with me. That takes care of that. Look out! Get down! Incoming! You'd better get out of here if you know what's good for you. Keep moving. You'd better get out of here. I've got something for you. You can't hide from me forever. I'm gonna find you. You can't hide from me. Aha! Thought hiding would save you? Can't find anything. Oh well. Must have got away. I'm going to check it out. Did you hear something? Huh? Hey, I've got one. Help me out. Cut it out, will you? Whoa, careful. That's not a good idea. What do you think you're doing? I hope you know what you're doing. Whoa now, be careful with that thing. Grenade! Take cover! What the hell? What was that for? You dirty coward. Had enough? Come on! You like that? This is hopeless. Help! I'm out of here! Damn! I'm hit! Murderer! What have you done? No! That doesn't belong to you. You can't just take that. Thief! Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. All right. I'm going to say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog. We can chat later. The sooner you finish these tests, the sooner you can get out of here. It's important that you're relaxed for this next test. Please have a seat. All right, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out. Didn't have much choice, I'm afraid. But I understand the sentiment. Don't mention it. It's what I'm here for. Light. Last one. I ain't given to relying on others for support. I'm slow to embrace new ideas. Light. I'm always fixin' to be the center of attention. Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see. Last one. I'm always fixin' to be the center of attention. I ain't given to relying on others for support. Okay. How about this one? Light. Okay. Now I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature. Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you. Very interesting. Maybe a little disturbing, but interesting.
Don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you.
Light. Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to me now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on, too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. It was my wife's. I think she was about your size, and she hardly wore it after we left the vault. Felt it was too brazen. And put this on, too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. Never was much my style, anyway. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out, too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Mother. House. Mother. Bandit. House. House. Okay. Now I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature. I charge in to deal with my problems head on. Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you. Okay. Now I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature. Last one. Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you. House. I'm always fixin' to be the center of attention. I'm slow to embrace new ideas. I charge in to deal with my problems head on. I'm slow to embrace new ideas. Night, night. Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see. I ain't given to relying on others for support. Bandit. Oh, before I forget, one of the townsfolk dropped this off. Said they found it near where Victor found you, and guessed it might be yours. Oh, before I forget, one of the townsfolk dropped these off. Said they found them near where Victor found you, and guessed they might be yours. I'm always fixin' to be the center of attention. Okay, now I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature. Mother. I charge in to deal with my problems head on. I'm always fixin' to be the center of attention. Night. Okay. How about this one? I ain't given to relying on others for support. Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you. Night. I charge in to deal with my problems head on. Bandit. Night. Okay. How about this one? Bandit. I'm slow to embrace new ideas. Light. Last one. Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see. Light. Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see. House. Night. Mother. Okay. How about this one? I charge in to deal with my problems head on. I ain't given to relying on others for support. Mother. Mother. House. Okay. How about this one? Bandit. Enemy. Okay. Now I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature. Okay. Now I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature. I'm slow to embrace new ideas. Sometimes when you give tests like this, you learn more than you was hoping for, and I reckon that ain't always the best thing. But I guess maybe it explains a thing or two about your predicament. Okay. Now I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature. But that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered and a bighorn dropping. What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions? See if your dogs are still barking. Well, we know your vitals are good. Sorry, son. I fixed up your head as best I knew how. I guess I missed a spot. Sorry, little lady. I fixed up your head as best I knew how. Guess I missed a spot. Look at that. Maybe them bullets done your brain some good. Now that don't make a lick of sense. Seems to me you're the luckiest son of a gun in New Vegas. With luck like yours, I'm surprised them bullets didn't just turn right around and climb back into the gun. That's some serious atrophy, even for someone who's been in bed a while. It's a wonder you can move at all. Surprised anybody'd want to tangle with you. Heck, you could go deathclaw hunting with a switch. I just don't get it. A stiff breeze would tear you in two, but a couple of bullets and you're right as rain. I guess that explains how you're still alive. You're built solid as an oak. Huh. Must be some frontal lobe damage. Good to see them bullets didn't affect your charm none. Now, I ain't no optometrist, but maybe we should fit you for some glasses while you're here. Nothing gets by you, huh? Could have used you when I lost my keys last month. Don't have all your coordination back yet, looks like. You should think about doing some rehab. Most patients don't get out of bed after being shot and then move like they was in perfect control. You're unusual, I'll say that. Yep, that's a pretty standard score there, but after what you've been through, I'd say that's great news. Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head. You're awake. How about that? Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name? I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name. I'm Doc Mitchell. welcome to Goodsprings. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place. How'd I do? Well, I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered. Okay. No sense keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet. Good. Why don't you walk down to the end of the room, over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race. Let's go into the next room. I've got a few more tests I'd like to run. Ooh, looking good so far. Go ahead and give the vigor tester a try. We'll learn right quick if you got back all your faculties. Sure, I can help you out. Suit yourself. Okay. All done. I don't see nothing wrong with you. Don't look like nothing too serious. Let me patch you up. Sure, I can help you out. Okay, hold still. Well, come back when you do. I'll be here. Okay, hold still. Well, come back when you do. I'll be here. Okay, hold still. Well, come back when you do. I'll be here. Suit yourself. Sure, I can help you out. Suit yourself. Okay. All done. Well, come back when you do. I'll be here. Sure. Travelers continued to stop by Goodsprings Source for water on the Long 15, but rarely would anyone venture into the ruins of Goodsprings itself. Those who did were almost always tourists, come to visit the graveyard where the Courier rose from the dead. Goodsprings saw more trade along I-15 after NCR gained control of the Mojave Wasteland, but with that came a heavy burden of the Republic's taxes. Some old-timers, unable to handle the cost, were forced to move on, grumbling all the while. The Legion, preoccupied with its acquisition of New Vegas, scarcely took notice of the town of Goodsprings. Many locals moved on, fearful of Caesar's long shadow. Only the old and the stubborn remained. After Mr. House gained control of New Vegas, he sent a Securitron to Goodsprings as a token of appreciation for helping the Courier. Victor was a mixed blessing, however, as he continually monitored the town for Mr. House. With New Vegas's independence formally declared, Goodsprings thrived. More travelers stopped by Goodsprings on their way to and from the Strip, and the locals grew prosperous from the traffic. That's better. I don't like this. Something don't feel right. I knew you was here. You're in for it now. You're going down. Just bugs, I guess. Get a grip, Doc. Ears must be acting up. Why would you do that? That ain't right. Hurt an old man, will you? You'll get yours. Where's your manners? Trouble. Get back. Could have sworn you was here. Nuts. You was just here. Gave me the slip. I'm supposed to be retired. No more fighting for me. That's enough.
Darn it. What a waste.
Get out of the way. Look out. You take care now. How are you holding up? Welcome back. I had hoped you wouldn't need to come see me again so soon. What can I do for you? I expect you'll be wanting to go outside after being cooped up for so long, but if you have any questions, I'll answer what I can. You shouldn't be here. You better go. You got no right. You're a damn coward. No use hiding. Doggone it, show yourself. You're done hiding. Should have gone quietly. Knew it. Hard to believe I scared somebody off. Up and left on me. Gone now. What are you thinking? You ain't getting away with that. What have you done? Hate to see that. Too bad. Darn shame about that. Hello? Had to be something. Am I hearing things? I didn't want to do this. You crossed the line. You done tick me off now. That just ain't necessary. Kids today. Do that someplace else. You trying to get me killed? How about you line that up in a tin can instead? Don't even kid about that. I hope I don't forget that's there. Hard for me to step lightly with a bum leg. Out of the way. Hot potato.
Ready as I'll ever be. Here comes. One more time.
Seems like wherever I go, it's always the same. Folks just never leave each other alone. Oh, I'm not much good in a fight with my bum leg. And my supplies are scarce, but I'll give you what I can spare. I ain't got much, but it'll do you more good out there than it will in here. Take what I got. Must not be that serious, then. All right, that does sound bad. Here, take these. It should be enough. Good luck. That does sound messy, but not too bad. I can't spare supplies for cuts and bruises. Are you sure? What kind of injuries are we talking about? Has this person's condition worsened? What are the symptoms? Eventually, we made our way out here, but, well, when folks spend their lives in isolation, sometimes that ain't the best of things for learning to fight off germs. We was going to California, but Goodsprings was as far as we got. After she passed, wasn't no reason to keep going. I stayed so I could keep close to her. Yep, he sure did. Wanted himself a hotel, and to make sure once he made the change there'd never be any going back. We didn't get a say. I don't know how you'd argue with a fella like that anyways, everywhere and nowhere all at once. So, just like that, we was all homeless. Went our separate ways, and that was all she wrote. Well, ain't we all, right? That was a long time ago. I don't pay it much mind anymore. What'd you have in mind? That'd be Victor. Curious fella. He's sort of odd, and I don't just mean 'cause he's a robot. I couldn't tell you much about him. He keeps to himself, mostly. You want to know more about him, you'll have to ask him yourself. He has a shack on the southern edge of town. He's real friendly, don't get me wrong. You just get the sense that ain't the whole picture. Just a feeling. Well, I already told you I came from a vault. After that, I was a traveling doctor for a spell. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Most folks out here ain't educated, so people with medical know-how are hard to come by. I found that I could help a lot of people with what I knew, and that was all right with me. Eventually, I went back and married my childhood sweetheart, and that was the end of my traveling days. Didn't miss it none then. Still don't. I didn't see him or the men with him. You might ask around town, though. Could be someone saw which way they was headed. Your best bet would probably be Trudy, the bartender at the saloon up the road. If anyone saw anything, she'd know about it. Well, there's a general store just up the road, run by a fella named Chet. He don't got nothing fancy, but he's got your basics covered. If you're looking to wet your whistle, just past Chet's is the Prospector Saloon. The bartender there, Trudy, knows everyone in town. Other than that, there's not much to see. Just people trying to scratch out a living. Well, there's a general store just up the road, run by a fella named Chet. He don't got nothing fancy, but he's got your basics covered. If you're looking to wet your whistle, just past Chet's is the Prospector Saloon. The bartender there, Trudy, knows everyone in town. Other than that, there's not much to see. Just people trying to scratch out a living. Of course. You've been through a lot. Ain't much, but these'll do you right if the pain flares up. Of course. You've been through a lot. Ain't much, but these'll do you right if the pain flares up. Of course. You've been through a lot. Ain't much, but these'll do you right if the pain flares up. Sorry, I'm afraid I'm all out of lollipops. This here's Goodsprings, named after the water we got here, just down the road to the southeast. Goodsprings Source, they call it. It's a quiet town, and that's how we like it. We don't go looking for trouble, though occasionally it sees fit to come looking for us. I should go. Ain't no place for me. Gotta get out while the getting's good. You should give that back. That don't belong to you. That ain't yours.